Big T don't miss.
What shit break? On a hard thing, got an Alabama, you can add this.
What's the word? It's your boy, the Alabama Hitter, and you're not tuned in to Hit Squad TV. First and foremost, before we get started, if you would, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell on the side to be notified on each and every time we decide to slide. Man, listen. Boy, man, let's just get down to it. Yeah, Shannon Sharpe sued for $50 million over alleged assaults. You kind of saw this coming. You know, Shannon went above and beyond the Call of Duty to prove that he didn't have any zest in him. Quote unquote, went live on Instagram by mistake to show the world that he liked girls. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Shannon Sharpe has just been sued for allegedly assaulting a woman on multiple occasions, and the plaintiff in the case is asking for tens of millions in damages. The lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports, filed by a Jane Doe on Sunday in Nevada, says Sharpe has brutally SA'd her several times by the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, following a years-long abusive relationship. According to the suit, Doe met Sharpe in 2023 in a gym in Los Angeles when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. She stated in the docs, during the first encounter, Shannon told her he would buy her fake boobs if she won a weight loss competition against him. She wrote in the suit, Sharpe pursued her relentlessly, calling, texting, and demanding she came to his Beverly Glen mansion. The woman stated she and the former Denver Broncos tight end ultimately got into a consensual relationship, though she describes it as controlling and verbally abusive. He demanded complete control over her time and body. Attorney Tony Busby wrote, that's your key word. When I see Tony Busby, all bets are off the table. See, Tony Busby is the one that got this erroneous lawsuit against Jay-Z going. He's gotten an erroneous lawsuit going against Chris Brown and Yellow Beezy. This is what he do. And it's kind of looking crazy because all of Tony Busby's targets seem to be successful African-American men with large amounts of money and huge influence. But let's get back to it. Tony Busby wrote in Doe's suit, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule and at his command when he called. Doe claimed that there was an argument in particular that terrified her when he yelled at her while a firearm was visible in the room. Plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her iPhone just in case, the doc states, but Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I'll fucking kill you. Wow. Whew. The two nevertheless continued the relationship even following a move by both to Nevada during the summer of 2024. However, Doe states in her suit she attempted to break things off with after his infamous Instagram live streaming incident, which she said led to him assaulting her. Mm, mm, mm. Doe claimed in her lawsuit the first instance happened in October 2024 at her apartment. She said the 56-year-old Pro Football Hall of Famer forced himself on her while she was crying and sobbing. The second instance, the suit alleges, happened a few weeks later. In January 2025, Doe claims Sharpe came over to her house with promises of delivering a Christmas and birthday gift to her, but instead violently assaulted her once more. She's suing him for over $50 million. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money, Busby said in a statement after filing the lawsuit on Doe's behalf. I look forward to pressing this case in court. We've reached out to Shannon for comment in this case, but so far, there's been no word back yet. Man, boy, I tell you. Well, when you're rich, and I'm going to just say it, when you're black and rich, you become a target. You become a target. That's crazy. But remember the name, Tony Busby. Tony Busby has a dirty face card. All of his lawsuits turn out to be nothing. The little girl that went to the VMAs and ended up at Diddy party. Remember that? Jane Doe. Dad said, I don't know nothing about this. I mean, maybe I just old and don't remember. I don't know nothing about this. Whole lawsuit ended up getting thrown out. And Jay-Z filed a countersuit. But with that being said, let's go to this. Shannon Sharpe denies assault allegations, called the lawsuit a shakedown. Shannon Sharpe is firing back at his assault accuser, calling BS on her allegations while sharing some graphic messages he claims she sent that back his side of the story. Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, released the denial on the Hall of Famer's behalf on Monday afternoon, just hours after Jane Doe said in a lawsuit that the ex-football player SA'd her on multiple occasions in late 2024 and early 2025. Davis stated the suit was filed by famed lawyer Tony Busby, and nothing was more blatant and cynical. It was nothing more than a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions. Wow. Let's see here. He added the woman's claim is filled with lies, distortions, and misinterpretations. Davis attached dozens of messages to his statement that he says were sent by Sharpe's accuser to the former Denver Broncos tight end. Davis claims on one text it read, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're, yeah. You know what? While we at it, let's start reading that. And let's just get down to it. Let's just get down to it. This is crazy. So the Jane Doe is named Gabriella Zuniga, and in a text message to Sharpe, on October 7th, 2023. I know you missed this big juicy ASS 25K for each cheek. This stuff like this, you know how it comes across. Comes across as gold diggerish. Gabrielle Zuniga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, November 1st, 2025. The lawsuit filed by Gabrielle Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions. It's filled with lies, distortions, and misinterpretations, and will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and been taken out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship and that it was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated with her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuits, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she was asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of texts from Ms. Zuniga. And this is a shit show. First of all, I know when you got money, you got options. But playing around with a 20-year-old woman when you're in your 50s, you kind of asking for this because, naturally, I don't care how much you work out, how much you keep your body toned, they are naturally not attracted to you. They're attracted to the bag. And anything that they can do to get that bag, that's what they're going to do. This is crazy. This is crazy. When you see people like Shannon Sharpe and you see how they move and you feel like, yeah, they got it together. They absolutely got it together. But in hindsight, they don't. I hate it for Shannon. I really do. Because this is going to be a stain. Can he beat it? Absolutely. He can absolutely beat it. But is it going to be a stain? Yes, it will be a stain on his name, on his brand. He promotes several brands. He has several endorsements. But, things like this can tarnish anything that you got going. You might want to stay closer to your age range. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I say stay closer to your age range, but Anthony Edwards got a similar situation. Well, not similar and is in these type of accusations, but entrapment type situation. With the female that's 40 years old. Don't look 40, but you have to be leery and know that there are women out here that this is their main mission. Now, I'm not calling that shot on Gabriella Zuniga because she actually was approached. But when you approached and you see that you being approached by Shannon Sharpe and he got a bag, the volume that he has, crazy work. I'm finna get him for everything I can. And when we through dealing with each other, I'm gonna put this on him. Because it's all about money, right? Ain't none of this about love. It's about opportunity. You know, and the bros, you know, they feel like they gonna, you know, come in and do as they will and, you know, have their way with these females, and when they done, they done. No. And she's showing you that. You gotta choose wisely, fam. This is Shannon Sharpe's situation, and the lawsuit that's filed in Las Vegas, Nevada by Tony Busby on yesterday. I really don't think that nothing's gonna come of this because Tony Busby is a scumbag ambulance chasing lawyer. But yet and still, you still have to be cognizant of the situation, because whether true or not, this is gonna leave a stain, and it's gonna turn off some investors. So we just gotta wait and see what happens. But with all the information that I just presented to you guys, what do you think? You think this is Shannon? You think Shannon guilty of this, or you think this is a ambulance chaser and a unscrupulous young lady gunning for Shannon Sharpe's pockets? Let me know what it is in the comments, fam. Yeah, it's your boy, the Alabama Hitter, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me. If y'all still rocking, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell on the side to be notified on each and every time we decide to slide. And until the next time we decide to spin, I'm in the wind. Salute to the hitters. That way. My bad, y'all.